We know wisdom from like a philosophical point, an intellectual point. Something sounds really, really amazing, and we like it. We want to resort to it. And then he talks about awareness wisdom, which means your own personal, actual experience, which in the thinking about it from the four foundations of mindfulness, the body is a very good source for us to practice this. So he talks about the elements. Now, if you think about it, which is what I also brought into the retreat, if you think about the elements and think about whatever this universe of fabricated stuff that us humanity made, the cars and homes and furniture and all these things that we made, or things that are just naturally in the universe. Everything and everything is made up of these four basic elements, right? Okay, so if you think about it, if you say the universe is made up of these four elements of solidness, call it earth, and the water, and the heat and cold fire, and the wind, which is movement, all of that is also within the body. So you might even think that the body, my body, is the entire universe. I am the universe. And the universe is me, actually. So that's a philosophical, intellectual way of looking at it, right? And then you get into practicing and experimenting and experiencing. Like I was washing dishes the other day, and all of a sudden my awareness became aware of the water touching my hands and washing the dishes with it. I literally saw rivers and ocean and cloud, and not with images, but with understanding, right? The cloud and the rivers and the rain and this cycle of this water flows everywhere in different, stages of being wherever it is. And exactly the same river is within us. It flows through our blood, flows through our urine, flows through our saliva. It exists. So it's not outside of me in nature, this element of water. Is inside, I am nature. There is no difference between me and the universe. You could actually literally by your personal sensual experience verify this and reach at that kind of awareness, that kind of a wisdom that comes from and then exactly the same thing, the solidness of the body and the heat and the cold. It's not that, oh, that's nature and this is me, and yeah, it's the same element, but no, it is exactly, I am the universe is me. There is no difference, there is no separation, there is no. And even Ajahn Amaro, my first teacher, oh God bless him, he says in his talks, he talks about, yeah, the cars are nature. Don't think of nature as like the rocks and the trees and the birds and all these other things. A car is natural, is nature. A house is nature. A road is nature. Anything we make, it is not separate or other than nature. So expanding our understanding about the word nature or the world of nature, and incorporating not philosophically, but from the perspective of understanding, like, oh yeah, there is no separation. And it has immense implications when you actually have the wisdom that arises from your own touching the truth of it. Immense implications. Implications of there is no shortage or overage or everything is around. The teaching the Buddha gives about everything is arising and passing. We think about it as impermanent, as change. But if you resort to it from the body practice, the physical body practice, you'll have another layer, a deeper layer of penetrating the truth of it. And you see that, okay, when this body is finally, decomposing or whatever, it's just the elements that are left behind in their physical, or in their basic form. And it's not that, in Christianity, I've heard, they say, we come from earth, we go back to earth or something like that. It's so wise, but we're not going back to earth. We are the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It is an expansion of understanding that we're not becoming the earth. We already are the earth. Everything within us is outside of us. There is no separation between me and this light that is sitting here, this book that is in my hand. There is no difference between the two of us. This one is lacking some things that I have, It doesn't have heat, the fire element, right? So there is an incredible sense of cooling, not only cooling of the heart, of the ego's constant being on this mission of finding happiness or peace or finding it. You begin to see that it's all here right now. It's all here right now. And then the incredible generosity of the universe. I was leading people in meditation. I think Bonnie was pointing to that the breath, right? The earth or the universe or this breath that exists out there, it's been offered to us. Nobody has said, okay, you got to pay for this, right? The air, the oxygen in your room. Did you pay for it or do you have to do anything for it? It's unconditional. And it's not even the generosity of the universe. It is part of us. We belong to it, you know? And the sun, and poets or philosophers talk about these things. They know something. They know something so deep that a few of us can get. Like Rumi says, the sun has not yet told the earth, you owe me. And it will never tell the earth, you owe me. And the earth has to do nothing for the sun. And yet the incredible generosity that we benefit from, our life depends on all these. So we are the elements. The elements are life source for us. There is no difference. And so when this body is going to decompose and it's just there is nothing happening. The concept of death, the concept of no more, it's not real. There is no death. There is no birth. When one is truly awakened to that, then they call it the deathless. You reach the deathless. Because there is no I'm really feeling it. I'm really getting it from just working with the elements. Since that retreat that I did in November, I have been looking at everything and everybody. Everything I see, I mean, I was doing walking meditation and I heard the crickets. Oh my God. When I heard the crickets, I got uh, just spontaneously, I froze. I couldn't move. I just stopped so peacefully. And I said, oh my God, you are me. I am you. I am singing. It's not you singing. It's me singing. And it wasn't, it's not philosophical. It's, I get it. I feel it. I understand it. I see it. What do you think? Any thoughts about this? Or am I too excited to what?
No,
What?
you're excited. Your excitement is very engaging. I love it. Actually, perfect. I like it. It's. I don't remember reading it. I read it probably somewhere, but the way that you're explaining it, it's wonderful. It actually resonates with me very well. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So do you see when you are constantly investigating, sorry, I know you had it, investigating, looking deeply, not falling for the mind's content, but actually you've incorporated the meditation. And there is nothing better I want to do than to take the time to go and just be with myself in meditation. So no longer thinking about this is something I have to do, is part of my life. I dropped it. It was a routine. Now I'm not doing. But no, this is more important than eating my food. And when I eat my food, I realize, oh my God, it's engaging these elements are engaging these elements. And then I've become more in tune with the needs of my body, how my body feels, how it reacts, how it, reflux or a little time or my head or my back or whatever. I am much more engaged with these. Oh, these elements need to be balanced with this other. And I haven't read anything about it. Really, I haven't. It's a good idea to go explore, but I'm I'm feeling like a child, finding it for myself, kind of a thing, exploring. Because I have a lot of education, lots and lots and lots of it. And I love to read and understand. Anyway, but for now, until I'm stuck with nowhere to go, then I will get more. Anyway, I'm gonna stop
I have just one question. I mean, hearing all this, and it was like it felt good, it felt right, it felt great. The only thing that was interesting when you talked about like the book or interesting, so live things and non, or as Joel would say, organic versus inorganic.
Yeah.
Interesting. So even physical
Yes.
things and are
Yes.
that's
Yes. Yeah, when you break it down, even scientifically, when you break everything down to its core basic molecule, let's say, that molecule is left with either it's water or it's a physical matter, right? And then these elements that we don't really see, but they are working, which is wind, for example. Wind is responsible for movement outside, movement inside. And if you think about it, Tai Chi, for example, or yoga or things of that nature, understand that there is movement, wind elements working within us, water elements working within us. And if something is clogging in the way, it's like your toilet getting clogged. You need to, right? Unclog it, or the sink, or there is wind coming, and then there is something in the way that the wind is gonna either damage it or we need to remove. So working with your body to make it flexible, to make things move easily, for blood and oxygen to move flow. It makes so much sense now to me at a different level. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. The thinker, what are you doing, Miss? What are you thinking
Well,
about?
I mean, I definitely get it intellectually, absolutely. But and when I sit and I focus on it, I can definitely see it. But in my day-to-day life, I just walk around just, just completely separate from everything. I have no integration with, the chair that I'm sitting with. So I get it conceptually, intellectually, but don't have any type of practice or
Okay.
connection to it.
That's okay. That's okay. So that's fine. That's where you start. But then, see, like you said, Sari, the 2-day retreat just jump started you guys in a different. I did this for 10 days, and long, like 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's, and all in between. And so it put me in a place like a door opened, right? These movies you watch that they have the fantastical, these kids go through, they open a door and they just walk into oh my God, where is this place, right? And then they keep wanting to go back there, or they just stay there, they don't want to come back home, whatever, right? It feels like a door opened for me to to actual experience more intensely. And I can't close the door anymore. It's like it's wide open. It wasn't a door. It was already there. The door of my mind was closed. The door of my mind is open to something that's already there. And now I can see, like, oh my God, I have a new, it's old, but I mean, I'm using a keyboard. Look, you are me, keyboard. I am you. Oh my God. So the immense amount of joy. Now I'm getting it.
Manijeh,
Go ahead.
Manijeh, you're freezing quite a bit throughout this session. Can you hear me? You're freezing a whole lot.
Maybe it's your internet, because others
You're not freezing. You're not.
No, you're not freezing.
Laura is. Yeah, Laura, you're freezing, and I think.
Oh,
it's
okay.
what you hear. Yeah. It's
Okay.
internet.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Well,
okay.
I'm recording this. Maybe I'll put it out for you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's my encouragement for you to do the elements, do the body awareness, this awareness wisdom. I love it when it can be explained, so that we know where are we headed, what are we doing, what's going on, where are we headed. And so, the breath, the 16 steps of the breath, remember we introduced it a long time ago, a couple of years ago. Then Ajahn Thiradhammo brought it to us again, and I've been practicing with that too. And so there is this, the end is that equanimity. You go through joy, happiness, rapture, no, joy, rapture, happiness, equanimity. I've actually been able to experience it. There are so many depths and levels that you can go, and it just, rapture just shows up in me as soon as I'm just like, oh my God, I was having my breakfast, and this orchid was sitting in front of me, and I saw very spontaneously, I saw like a spider web or whatever it was, and I just put my finger through it, and oh my God, immediately my heart broke. I just, I thought, oh my God, did I just ruin somebody's house? So I have to come back and okay. And then I remember at the monastery, that's what they're doing. They're constantly cleaning, spider webs. You can't have them be there. But the heart, the heart can actually be present, open, and be engaged, so that we could remain connected interconnected. Shall we meditate? So that was just a little small, little tiny, section, but we're going to go into feeling tones after this. Okay. But let's sit and meditate with that awareness, wisdom, and